Nobody leaves me. Nobody.
All right, enough of that. It's getting out of hand, all right? I got the results right here. Chucky, in the case of young Glen, or Glenda, whatever, you are the father. So Seed of Chucky tells the story of Chucky and Tiffany resurrected from the dead yet again, reunited with their long-lost son Glen, or long-lost daughter Glenda. We'll get into it. They decided they are going to finally get out of these doll bodies, and instead of chasing down Andy Barclay yet again, or chasing down the fuckers from Bride of Chucky that got the best of him, they're going to go into the bodies of Jennifer Tilly and Redman. And all the while, I'm just trying to figure out who the fuck thought this was a great idea, because this movie sucks giant bleeding donkey dicks. Oh yeah, I'm not a big fan of this one. Spoiler alert! Fuck this movie. So Seed of Chucky was the first film in the Child's Play franchise to finally be directed by the series writer Don Mancini. The guy has written every single one of the Chucky movies up to this point, and after Seed continued to write and unfortunately direct Chucky movies. So Don Mancini finally gets the throne of his own franchise, his baby, his love and creation Chucky, and he flushes that motherfucker down the toilet, takes a gigantic shit on top of his head. Seriously, this is epically bad on the level of Rachel Talalay trying to take over the Freddy franchise finally in Freddy's Dead. Epic fucking mistake. Unfortunately for fans like me who are big fans of Bride of Chucky, left on the edge of their seat at that great ending scene of Bride, thinking, where are they going to go with this? Chucky's got a kid now. And for the longest time, the production name of this movie was Son of Chucky, because I followed the shit out of this movie. Every time there was a new picture, a new still, a new trailer, a new teaser, whatever the hell it was, I was right there on its ass checking it out. And then suddenly one day it changed from Son of Chucky to Seed of Chucky. And even though I was too young at the time, that was still a red flag to me. Why is it suddenly not Son? What the hell is Seed of Chucky supposed to mean? Well, apparently that seed, when watered, grows into a giant pile of boiled dog shit, because this movie is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It's one of the movies I wish I could erase from my memory, and to date, it is still the worst theater experience that I have ever had in my 28 years on this earth.
Well, come on. It looks like the kid fell off the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. I mean, you gotta feel bad for the parents. I wonder what they must look like.
So Don Mancini took the successes of Bride, where they injected a little bit more humor into it, made it a little bit meta, a little bit self-referential, a very self-aware movie of how ridiculous the concept of Child's Play is, and pushed it even further in Seed of Chucky. This movie is a full-on, meta, self-referential, self-aware, family black comedy starring dolls, and God, it does not work on any level.
Why do you kill? Well, it's a hobby, really. It helps us relax.
The comedic tone has always been there in the Child's Play. The fact that this kind of concept is being brought to the screen is funny in its own. You got great one-liners by Brad Dourif as Chucky throughout the entire franchise. Bride of Chucky was definitely the funniest up to that date, but it was still a very solid horror movie with comedic elements. But the comedic elements that they inject and force and just horribly write in this movie do not fit this franchise in the slightest. I mean, right from the opening credits, you're sitting there wondering, what the fuck is this? You got little tiny doll sperm Chuckies trying to go into the egg of Tiffany. Bitch, I know where babies come from. And then he immediately follows that up with this really strange POV sequence that seems straight out of a weird TV movie, almost the way that it's shot, and it ends with Glen pissing himself. And then that brilliant setup rolls right into the meat of this genius storyline, where Chucky and Tiffany are in Hollywood being used as prop dolls for horror movies. Hollywood is making movies based off of the murders throughout the Child's Play series. Glen finds them, resurrects his parents using the little medallion thing that they introduced in Bride of Chucky, the Heart of Damballa, and now we have our movie rolling. Suddenly, Jennifer Tilly is actually an actress in this, and Tiffany is starstruck as fuck over her and really wants her to be her vessel and is determined to possess the body of Jennifer Tilly. I guess all the years that she was actually alive, she never realized that they look exactly the fucking same. This movie's fucking terrible. And since Tiffany already has her vessel picked out as being Jennifer Tilly, go figure, somebody looks identical to her. Wow, the universe helped you out there. Chucky decides that his vessel is going to be Redman. You heard that correctly, Redman. The rapper Redman is a main character and actor in this movie, and that's who Chucky wants to be. After years of struggling to get into a vessel, he wants to be fucking Redman. Come along with me, kids. If you're new to the horror world, let Professor Cody teach you something. If you have a rapper starring in your horror movie, that is red flag number one that your movie sucks balls. Okay, so that motivation's out the way. They got their vessels picked out. Cool, whatever. Movie's going now. Now you have this storyline come in where Tiffany wants a vessel for Glen. So now she has to do this voodoo pregnancy on Jennifer Tilly. By the way, full spoilers, I'm doing you a favor. Just fucking go with it. They do this voodoo pregnancy on Jennifer Tilly, which apparently takes 9 months of pregnancy over fucking night. And where Tiffany got all this voodoo knowledge out of nowhere, it's beyond me. She was the one reading the Voodoo for Dummies book in the previous fucking movie. But anyway, I digress. We have this voodoo pregnancy, and then you get to the character of Glen and Glenda having this weird split personality sexual confusion thing going on. Now let's talk about Glen and Glenda for a moment. Probably one of the worst and most ill-conceived fucking characters in horror movie history. You take the concept of Chucky having a kid, and instead of having a wild-ass little mini Chucky going around where Chucky has this little companion slicing motherfuckers up just like his good old dad, you take this weird-ass doll that looks fucking weird, that acts fucking weird, that somehow has a random-ass British accent. You take away his dick and balls, you take away his vagina, he's just got a little patch of skin down there, so mommy and daddy have no idea what the fuck to call him. Now they're arguing over Glen and Glenda, like Glenda is suddenly some great female name. Could have been Glen and Charlotte. I don't know. And aside from that, it really upset me too how in her second movie, they make Tiffany such an annoying fucking character. She is so whiny in this. She wants to turn over a new leaf and give up murdering forever because they have a child now. So she's the one kind of trying to tell Chucky not to pick up the knife anymore, like the wife who used to have an alcoholic husband, and Chucky doesn't want nothing to do with that shit. So Chucky's got this whole thing where he's sneaking off to try to kill people and trying to hide it away from Tiffany, and Tiffany's got these little fucking group support lines that she calls, trying to give up her addiction. More weird shit that I did not want to see in this franchise, but it's fucking here.
We have a problem with killing.
I don't have a problem with killing. I like a little killing now and then. What's wrong with that?
Killing is an addiction like any other drug.
It was just a little slip. Somebody slipped like a motherfucker when they were writing this. Don. But you might be asking me, okay, so they gave up on the horror stuff, they gave up on the serious tone, they gave up on all the dark elements of the earlier movies in favor of a much more goofy comedic tone and a goofy comedic direction. So at least the movie has to have some good jokes and some genuinely laugh out loud moments, right? Wrong!
What are you doing? Stop it. What the hell is going on in here?
She came on to me.
Every attempt at humor in this piece of shit falls completely on its face. You got the whole made in Japan thing with Glen where he's got made in Japan written on his fucking wrist, so he thinks he's from Japan and he studies kung fu and all that other bullshit. You got all these cheap physical gags like when Redman bites it, or you got dolls kicking each other in the balls and kicking humans in the balls. A ton of overboard sexual humor. You got the Glen and Glenda sexual confusion bullshit. You got fucking Chucky having his little Dumbledore jerk-off session in your face. You ever want to know what Tiffany's tits look like? You'll find out in this movie. They even got a Britney Spears cameo, for Christ's sake.
Son of a bitch! Up yours, asshole!
I could have a review that simply says that. Hey guys, Cody Leach. Britney Spears has got a cameo in this movie. Fuck this movie. See you next time. And the entire runtime is just like fucking trudging through mud, like, Jesus, when is this bitch gonna end? And then you get to the third act, and of course, again, Chucky and Tiffany have to have this little lover's quarrel, which they never really explained how the fuck they got over their lover's quarrel where they were trying to murder each other in the last movie, and then suddenly at the beginning of this one, they're in love again. But nonetheless, again, I'll digress again. We get into this scene out of absolutely nowhere. Tiffany basically sets off Chucky saying that she's gonna leave him. Now it's Chucky versus Tiffany again, out of absolutely nowhere. Been there, done that, at least the last movie built up to it. But they don't stop there, they go from Chucky versus Tiffany to Chucky versus Glen Kung Fu style.
Let's go.
Hollywood. Did we not learn the last time?
Let's see what you got.
Then you get to the ending. Thank Christ. And of course, you got this little birthday party going. Jennifer Tilly and her little rich B-movie actress fucking lifestyle of the rich and famous. You got all these kids running around. You got Glen looking weird as fuck, even in human form. And they try this sad-ass twist, like we're not supposed to believe that Tiffany actually made it into Jennifer Tilly's body, where she beats the shit out of her nanny, and then you see the little green eyes. Woo! Pulled the rug out from under you, bitches. Glen and Glenda continues to go even farther into weirdness, because now Glenda, the split side of Glen, is in another body, and she's just standing by the window like this. And if they couldn't piss me off enough by then, they end the movie with a final shot, which goes to one of my biggest pet peeves, if not my biggest pet peeve, in movies, and especially horror movies, which is a very lazy, cheap final scare. Chucky's arm comes out, bleh! See you in the next movie. Is there anything else I can tear apart in this piece of shit movie? Oh, the side characters. Of course, naturally, Jennifer Tilly has this female assistant who has this weird super fan, stalker, lesbian infatuation with her and writes her fan mail even though she talks to her and sees her every single day. Another element of just weird shit thrown in there for the sake of throwing in some more weird shit. Like there's not enough already in this fucking movie. Then you get the weird paparazzi guy who's again like some kind of Jennifer Tilly stalker. I guess he's some weird director that's really famous in the horror world. I don't know who the fuck he is. I don't care. Then you get this limo driver who's also in love with Jennifer Tilly. I guess he's supposed to be kind of the one you can root for in this movie, possibly. I guess. Even the gore in this movie is really strange and feels really kind of out of place as soon as it hits, because it's by far the goriest movie of the franchise, at least up until the most recent one, Cult of Chucky, but it's so surrounded by shit and weirdness and kookiness and oddness that it has no effect whatsoever. But I will give credit where credit is due. I do have one single small minutia of a fucking positive to give to Seed of Chucky, and that it has one small little scene and one small little line of dialogue that genuinely makes me laugh, because Chucky does pretty much keep up with his usual personality in this movie as much as the script will allow him, and there's one scene where he gets to be the Chucky that I know and love, and it does genuinely make me laugh for just a second.
Too tall. Hey, lesbos. Dunner. Here we go.
But other than that one scene, this movie is some old bullshit from start to finish. I'm gonna make a new rating for it. It's called Fuck This Movie in Its Stupid Goddamn Face. I'm just kidding. No new ratings, okay? I got enough ratings. But Seed of Chucky, honestly, just one of the worst, most disappointing, and most ill-conceived sequels in any horror franchise, to be honest with you. Is it as bad as Freddy's Dead? No, but Freddy's Dead is like epic level of shit. But Seed of Chucky is like sitting right on top of its fucking head, shaking hands with it. Seed of Chucky is just a horribly written movie, a horribly directed movie, has some of the worst and most ill-conceived characters that have absolutely no place in this franchise in any universe, and it totally squanders everything great that Bride built up to it, to the point where they had to do some serious fucking cleanup in the movie that follows this, and the Child's Play franchise has never been the same ever since this movie came along, and ever since Don Mancini took over the director's chair. So if you're a fan of the Child's Play franchise, please, God, skip this chapter. Just go to Curse. Trust me, you will thank me. You might even send me fucking money because I saved you so much pain. This movie is a pile of dog shit. Fuck this movie. Woo! It's like ripping off a Band-Aid, baby. Never have to watch that piece of shit again. People, I hope you're happy. I hope you enjoyed this, because it was fucking painful revisiting this movie. Anyway, guys, glad to be back in front of you. Glad to be back in front of the camera after our small little hiatus that I took involving an accident with a dog bite. Some crazy shit went down. I'm not going to get into it. Just look forward to more reviews. That's all I can tell you, because I got the rest of the Texas Chainsaw franchise, and I still got Curse of Chucky, including my ranking videos for both Texas Chainsaw and the Child's Play franchise coming to you soon. I got Hatchet 2 already down the pipe. It probably is already uploaded before you see this video, but just in case, look forward to that too. I got some more Halloween themed videos, like top 10 movies to watch on Halloween, top 5 Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episodes. Keep an eye out for all of that. Check me out on Scream Stream over at Drum Dumb's channel. We're gonna be kicking that off again very soon. And as always, people, thank you for watching. So like and share this video, hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Click down for my social media links down below in the video description. I've got Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and I also have my Patreon page. So if you want to check out a great way to support this channel and to support what I do and make these videos even better for you guys, check out my Patreon page. There's a lot of great ways to support me and a lot of great ways to get exclusive, cool content for your eyes only. So check all that out, guys. And if you want to check out some more of my videos, including the rest of this Child's Play review series, you can check all that out by clicking right over here.